What is going on, Hot Wheels fam? We are here with another video. We're working on the same car right here, the R30. And last video we just took it out of the package. Nothing major. And this episode we're going to be removing some of the paint. Not all of it. Removing all of the paint is very easy. You just cover it in paint remover, wait some time, and the paint removes. Simple, right? It's got a pretty self-explanatory name. But that's not what we're doing today. We're going to give this a little bit of a patina, so the first step is going to be removing some paint in spots. What we have here is used Q-tips from the last video where we took it out of the package. I didn't actually do that video because I stopped recording. So, diagonal cutters, some old ones, Q-tips, and then you're going to cut like this. Okay? Get different angles. Try to get it as flat as you can. Way more than I need already. But it's just to show you guys the different. So you can get them super pointy like this one. You can get them a little more sharp. Alright. Lego. Alright, so we're down here. We got the car on this little piece of foil. It looks kind of nasty, but it's paint remover. I just sprayed some of my paint remover on some foil. Used foil because it would eat away the plastic if it was plastic. And we have our little Q-tip bits. What I'm going to do is actually Google search something real quick. So I'm just going to... Sorry about that. Definitely make sure if you're from the Pacific Northwest, check out PNW Hotwheels collectors. I don't think I made an intro, so, you know, my boy. My name is Kevin. Check it out. So what I'm going to search is Skyline R30 Rust. Rusted, whatever you want to search is fine.
I do all sorts of movie reference impersonations. And at the end of the movie, what's another movie of yours that you like? I'll do a thing. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, Goodfellas. Hold on, I got one. Hey.
So I'm just looking for reference pictures right here. This is a pretty good one.
Why would you do that? Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah. I remember that. There we go. Yeah. There.
So it looks like right above, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but right above the fenders it gets rusty. It looks like it's dripping a little bit down the sides of the paint. Definitely the bottom corner of the fenders.
Listen, we're gonna get to the system by the 12 cars.
I have a pretty good idea. That gives me a pretty good idea too. So anywhere where water would be hitting, you just gotta think of it like that, right? So get a little bit of this right here. Anywhere where water could sit stagnant and cause rust. So we're just going to dab right here. The whole top of this window line right here. Or door line, I mean door line. Okay, putting some paint remover. We're gonna go right here, back quarter panel for sure. Right here. I'm gonna stretch it out across the whole bottom. And then right above. Just dab it. you know, you're getting different effects by the different ways you're putting it on there. So that's gonna be really light. It might just take off some of the brightness off of the paint. We're gonna do the same thing on this side over here, but I'm gonna skip a little bit. I'm gonna skip right there, so I'm just gonna do it here and there. Right there. And I'm going to pull it down. Okay. And here too, I'm gonna pull it down. Not on the door, but on the back quarter panel. Okay, now this isn't sharp anymore, so I'm just gonna put this in here. Pick another one of these sharp ones. And then back here. Don't put too much, but make sure you have enough on there for it to actually penetrate. Then I'm going to probably this corner back here. It depends on what you're going for too. If you're going for like really, really rusty, like really, really junkyard rusty, yeah, you could probably just strip the whole thing down and then, you know, add your details there. But when you're doing a patina, you want to be a little bit more planned. Over here on the fenders, over in the front of the hood for sure. Take some of the corners, you know, like take, when you see rust, it's usually at an edge of something. The edge of the door, the edge of the fender, the edge of the quarter panel. It's not ever too center, so we're just taking little bits off. We could be overdoing it. Who knows? It's kind of like a process. We'll see how much of this paint remover actually soaks in. Alright, well, we're going to give it some time, right? So we're just going to set it on here. Give it like 20, 30 minutes. And we'll be back. Alright, y'all, so what I did was I just washed it off with some water. I scrubbed it with the sponge. I couldn't show you this on video because I would have to take the whole thing off the mount. And then I was scratching at the paint. You just try to take off as much as you can. Well, as much as you want. Not as much as you can. As much as you want. Because you want to give it the effect that you want to give it. You know, scratch out where the paint remover was, and it should come off really easily. Just like this. They're just going to be scratching at it, and the paint will come right off. Also, you can just take some fine sandpaper and make the paint dull. So you want to, like, you know, most cars that are beat up, they're not going to have really, really super shiny paint. They're going to have rusted, very dull paint. So these are just the spots exactly where I was putting all the paint remover, as you can see. It's not really like I said before, it's planned, but it's not really exact, you know? The paint stripper might drip a little bit. Let me put these suckers back on. I can already feel my hands getting scratched up. So, just make it look worn out. Make it look used. See that paint missing all over the place? Give me just a second. Alright, we're back and we have our little palettes right here. This is a Tamiya, I don't know how to say it, Weathering Master. We have palette C, and we also have palette G. Okay, and then isopropyl alcohol. This already has a hole in the top of it, just a little hole. We're just going to pour it right there where the little brush usually goes. Okay, just mix this stuff up over here. There's already some rust colors that have mixed up because you can mix up. For example, you have a couple different shades here. Hold on. So as you can see, you have a couple different shades here. I've mixed some up here. I always take a little bit from this red rust over here, mix it in. Okay, I'm going to go in with one of these finer ones that haven't been... Just going to go in. There's no real rule to this, you know, you're being random. You're being random like the weather. The weather wouldn't like be like, oh, I wanna rust that part up perfectly. You're just gonna go in. And you can even use the bigger side of this Q-tip right here. Just start blotting it on. Don't make it perfect. Okay, you see I'm going right over where the paintless spots are. Sorry, a little tongue twister. Over where the rusty spots are. The bare metal. Jesus Christ. Where the bare metal is. Okay, so we're just gonna go over there. And the reason we're using water instead of alcohol is because water dries really, really slowly, and alcohol evaporates super quick. Yep, you see right there where it like puddled up. Do a couple puddles. Blow on it so you can have it move around. Make sure it's like dripping. You want to give it those like effects. You don't have to only go where the bare metal is. You can go like right here. Let it build up. If you don't have money for these Tamiya paint sets, which they kind of are expensive, I think they're like $12 to $15 a piece. There's a few other ways you can do it. You can use rail rust, so you just find something rusty outside and sand some of the rust off and use that. Just a lighter to dry it up real quick. It just needs a little bit of heat. The alcohol evaporates super quick. Okay, now it looks, in my opinion, overdone, right? So we're gonna go here with a clean Q-tip. Just go in and mess some of it up. Take some off where you think, you know, you don't really need it. Go in circles, pat, whatever you want to do. It gives it different textures. Everything you're doing gives it different textures. So right here I want to just clean it. Clean it up a bit. There we go. This is pretty much like makeup, you know, it's just wetting it and then putting it on the surface, so it comes off pretty easy. clean it up really well right there. You can get you some more alcohol if you need to clean it. There you go. Remember to leave some bare metal. Just go ahead and clean some of that bare metal off so that way it looks like it's been really, really, really eaten away. You want it to be texturized and layered. We'll clean that door off right there. Alrighty, this to me looks pretty good. Now it's rusty where I want it to be rusty, right? I'm gonna take a little bit more off. You know, as when you're rubbing it, when you're touching it, it'll come off little by little. So just don't worry about that. And then we're gonna go in with another clean one. We're gonna put some alcohol over on this palette again, but I want to go with just pink actually. So just drop a little bit on the pink. The reason I'm going with the pink is because we've already used really dark colors. This pink is about to pop. It's like almost like a salmon color. And then just go in and draw with this one. Right now I'm just kind of highlighting some of the drips. Make it look like they're really, really, really popping. Right there. Just make another little one too. It's just a bunch of trial and error, you know? There's no perfect way of doing it. There's no right way of doing it. Well, I'm sure there is a right way of doing it, but I haven't discovered it. There we go. See, I made like 3 of those little lines that are going down, so it looks like it's really, really dripping. You can do some more of those little lines back here. And then just a little bit under. Just a tiny bit. I'm going to go in with that darker red for the under. There we go. I'm calling it a patina, but it's just rust. Let's not get it twisted. It's pretty much just rust. Also, a lot of times when what you see me doing right here, like making a small palette on my finger, I do this all the time. That way I don't have to keep going into the down into the palette. It looks pretty good, but let me get a little paintbrush because I need to get in there fine. Yeah, I'm just mixing it with alcohol down here to water it down. Get yourself one of these brushes. Tiny. Now I can go in here, just paint it. Yeah. So like I like to go overboard with those drips. I don't know why. I'm just my style. You will get your own style. Maybe you will like to just rest certain spots of the car. Just one hood, one hood obviously. Like one fender, one QP. You might just want to strip a whole fender down and then paint that. I love to do these drips. Don't ask me why. Well, actually, I think I know why. Because I've seen cars that look like that in real life. Rat rods and stuff like that. And, oh, it just looks so mean. That's why, actually. Love it. And then also when I add one of these drip lines right here like this, so I just added this drip line. I don't just add one drip line. I kind of make a T from where it's coming from. Just be realistic. Just be realistic. Watch. I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna like go in with a little bit darker. And then I'm just going to dab right there. A little bit on the hood. Just little spots. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, Rust does its own thing, and I don't think it like plans on like, hey, I like the door more, but that's what I like about this. Look, I think I overdid it. Right? It's really, really, really drippy. But that's perfect for me. Do your own style, guys. There's nothing I can recommend more than finding what you like to do and just doing that. Because you will find more enjoyment out of it, and in the end, you'll just have a cooler product. You wanna know why? Because you really liked it. So now I'm just gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna clean it off with a Q-tip. Just to get it in that gap right there. You see that gap right here? This little line. Just do it with my glove, actually. There we go. See, now it looks dirty. Now it looks dirty. Now I can do a couple drips off of there. This custom is for my boy Joaquin. He gave me this little car at the toy show, and he's like, "Can you do this, Rusty, please?" I was like, "Yup." Say less. Say less. A lot less. Because I love doing these. Oops, I dropped it. Doesn't matter, though. That's the best part. When you're working on a full custom, woo, and you drop that on the ground, I'm going to just let you know right now. Your heart drops. Your balls drop to your stomach. And yeah, you're just going to be frustrated and sad. I'm going to just let you know. There's no way you're not going to be completely upset when you see that that paint is chipped. But look. Even if my paint chipped right now, I think I'd have a good time. And that's the best for me. So I think this is good right here. We're just going to clear coat it. And that's it. Give me 1 second. Alright, so we're back. Here's the car, so you guys don't think I'm lying. And then I got a little bit of clear coat here. Don't use too much, because you don't want this car to be shining. You just want it to be, you know, sealed in. If the paint isn't perfect, I mean the clear isn't perfect, oh well. We're not looking for perfect cars. We're looking for, right over here, out of this picture, actually I can show you guys. We got the heater. Turn that puppy up all the way. Heat this up till you can't hold it anymore. Alright, 1 second. So we are back, and this looks awesome. It looks way cool. Like, better than before I clear coated it. So what the clear coat does is it seals it in. Obviously you can see it's a little shiny now, but what I feel it does is it kind of, those spots where you did it really light, it kind of just looks like it's a little dirty. You can't really see the rustiness. And then the main part that you're seeing right there is the drips. You're seeing a lot of the drips, a little bit of the top action that I gave you, then a lot more drips. I think it looks awesome. It looks perfect in my opinion. And that's all that matters, yo. Just as long as you're happy. The homie's gonna be happy with it though. I already know. Sheesh. Jeez. Yeah, that looks good. The drips in the back, tell me those aren't perfect. beautiful. It's not clearing up well, but check out the Instagram. I'll have more pictures. If you're from Washington, Idaho, Canada, Oregon, definitely not California. If you're from one of those places that I listed, definitely make sure check out PNW Hotwheels Collectors on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and yeah, definitely just check up on what we're doing. I might have to slam this though, cause it's worthy of it now. Like, it needs it. Again, just go where you think it would look best, where you think a normal car would rest from. Do less, do more. Do it to how you love it. That's dope though. So, probably gonna slam this, put some wheels on it. Stay tuned. That video will be here soon.